Okay, so here we are, day 20 of the government shutdown, and the Senate is on its 11th vote trying to reach a deal, but nothing has passed. And I know people personally who are affected by this, not being paid by this, who are part of the government or working as federal employees, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. But I want you to understand how this can be applicable to you and what you can do and some options, because that's what it's all about. Finding a situation that's taking place and seeing how we can provide solutions. So let's keep going. So what that means is that hundreds of thousands of federal workers are still waiting on paychecks, like I mentioned, and entire departments that help regulate money and credit, like the CFPB and the FTC, are either slowed down or completely paused. You see, the CFPB is like the watchdog for consumers, and they allow you to apply pressure to these entities that may be operating unlawfully, whether there's banks, whether there's creditors, whether there's debt collectors. A lot of times you can use the CFPB to your advantage. Well, if they're being slowed down and limited on funding, then that limits what they're able to do on your behalf. If the FTC is slowed down or limited on funding, then when people are trying to file for identity theft claims and things of that nature, then they're hindered. So imagine the identity theft that could be taking place right now with the FTC not functioning at its full capacity. That's pretty important to understand. So now, why does that matter to you if you're on your credit restoration journey? Well, I just told you some reasons why it should matter to you, because when the government slows down, credit reporting, debt collection, and financial enforcement slows down too. And that can either hurt you or help you depending on your move right now. So I want to position you to still be able to benefit from this, even though those entities may not be functioning like they need to. So here's the breakdown. Right now, government funding has run out. According to the CBS News, which is, where I extracted some of this data from to put it all together in a consumable fashion so you can, understand it and see how it applies to you. The Senate met late last night for an emergency vote, but still couldn't pretty much reach a decision. Meanwhile, the U.S. Today reports, and this also came from some information on there that I wanted to put together for you as well, reported basically that the standoff between the Trump and the Democrats are keeping the agencies closed while everyday people are feeling the pressure. Delayed refunds, slow, loan processing, and frozen approvals. So what does this mean for your credit? So I talked about the things that can happen by not having a CFPB working for you and identity theft that can take place, but it's also going to consist of some dispute delays. So if there could be some delays in the disputes when you're leveraging things like the CFPB, then that can hinder you on your journey, but all is not lost. So right here it says that credit bureaus and federal agencies that oversee them are moving slower than usual. That means if you have open disputes, investigations, or letters sent out, it may take longer to hear back. Don't panic. Instead, document everything and keep your paper trail clean, because the time frame doesn't stop. The fact that they have to abide by the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and the fact that these debt collectors have to abide by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, that doesn't stop. If they were supposed to respond within a 30-day window, it's not your problem that these government entities have been shut down. It's just going to be important for you to have your records intact, so that way you can prove, hey, this was sent. They didn't do what they needed to do in this time frame. This needs to be removed, or it may be a lawsuit available to you. Number 2, less oversight on lenders and collectors. So it's less oversight, which means they can get away with more things. So when watchdog agencies aren't fully staffed, lenders and collectors often get bolder. You might see new collections pop up, more aggressive calls. I've heard and talked to someone who I'm planning on being able to help who's being sued or feels she's being sued. Well, we got a solution for that as well. So if you're in a lawsuit or something, you have been served a summons, basically, we can assist with that as well, because we're partnering with different entities and lawyers and legal teams and things of that nature that can serve and help more people. That way, when we're helping you better your credit, you may stumble upon different situations and you need to have some type of solution that you can plug into and not be at a loss or be in the bind or stressing out over these things, because a lot of these things can lead to different stressors. So I had to point that out, because they will get bolder, they will get more aggressive, they will apply more pressure, because they like the common individual does not have a solution to this, and we know we can take advantage of that. But here's the flip side. This also gives you more room to challenge things confidently, because regulators are watching less than they typically would. So they're watching less closely. Number 3, financial stress equals credit mistakes. So many people are missing payments right now because their income is affected. And this is a fact. If that's you, call your lender before you miss the payment. So if you can negotiate and say, hey, this is the situation, they're aware, they know about the government shutdown. But if you can negotiate something, then it's much better than just missing the payment altogether. Because now they can, waive it and do some things that can position you to not get hit with the late payments, which can drop your score over 100 points, or get hit with the things that come in addition to that, or get hit with all of this interest. So it's very important. Most creditors will work with you, especially during the government shutdown, if you reach out first. So make sure you do that at your earliest convenience if you are directly affected. Number 4, so here are some opportunities for rebuilders. Believe it or not, shutdowns also create a lane for people building or repairing credit. Why? Because fewer people are applying for loans, cars, and homes. Lenders start competing again in the market, when it picks back up. So if you clean up your credit now, you'll be ready to capitalize when things reopen. So it's supply and demand. If they are not getting as many applications as they typically would, you're going to look good to them when your credit is in position. And now you are somebody who shows up and say, hey, I want to qualify for this funding. Now you're in a better position to qualify because they're slow in comparison to previous times. So here's some recommendations for you. Now, for one, everybody needs to figure out or consider having another stream of income. I help people make $1,000 days in the credit industry. If you're interested in that, then you can schedule a consultation basically, and I can, pretty much give you my whole course of how I do it. You'll get hands-on guidance. You're not just going to be left alone to figure it out. And then I break down how you can have some $1,000 days and then just create a 6-figure business using credit. However, if you're not in a position to invest in yourself, because it is an investment, it's not cheap. If I'm showing you how to make $1,000 days, how much is that worth for you? So you got to understand it's not cheap. However, it can position you to have a skill set, a tool, something that allows you to generate income in the midst of whatever storm, to where if your job is affecting you, you have some type of side business that can help you as you're helping others. Because that's the beauty of credit. You're helping others, but it also serves as a benefit because it creates more income for you. However, if you're not able to invest a certain amount, then I also have a Credit Business University link down below that you can get access to for little to nothing. And now you're able to learn how to better your own credit, but at the same time also position you to make money in the credit industry just by going through that program. And you'll see the details. I won't, bore you with the details of that, but very significant, very powerful, and could put money in your pocket in more ways than one. But here are the recommendations for your credit journey. Number 1, pull your latest report. Don't assume they're accurate during the slowdown. Number 2, keep making small on-time payments on what you can control. Control the controllables, make calls if necessary. Start a small savings buffer. Even $100 to $200 matters when lenders are tightening up. So if they're tightening up, they may be dropping credit limits, and limiting how much you can access. That has happened before, to the point where if I wasn't using a card, all of a sudden the limit gets lower. I paid it off in full, all of a sudden the limit get lower. So if they're tightening up, you need to make sure you have some savings going to some different places. Track every dispute that you've sent out. So screenshot confirmations and note dates and things of that nature. Of course, if you're sending a certified letter, make sure you keep those records, because you want to track it, because that can be used later when they don't respond in a timely manner. If you own a credit business, for those of you who own a credit business or in that space or want to start one, now is the best time to help others navigate during the chaos, because there's a lot of things going on and it's not going to slow down. So you being in position is the best thing that you can do in order to position yourself to not only help yourself, but also help others. So people are panicking, but if you have a solution, then you can help them quiet the storm. You can help them navigate during these tough times, and you become a trusted voice, a trusted resource, or somebody who, may be asked questions like, hey, what would you do in this situation? And now you can serve them a solution. Even if it's not you launching your own credit restoration business, which I teach, you can also just plug them into where I said the creditbusinessuniversity.com. And now them getting plugged into that, you become an affiliate, and now you can get an affiliate commission just off of the fact that they heard about it through you. That creates income for you without you having to do the work. They plug into the system that teaches them about their credit, how to leverage it, how to find out if they're likely owed up to $2,500 in basically FCRA violations. So they get plugged into a lot of stuff. I don't want to, double down on that too much, because the point of this video is to get you to understand that it's a lot going on with the government shutdown, but it's a lot of opportunities, and it all boils down to your record keeping. Keep disputing, keep your records, and when you keep your records, you hold them accountable in the following month, because a lot of them are going to drop the ball and not going to have the proof that they went about the dispute process in a properly in a proper manner in the time frame and abided by the FCRA or the FDCPA. So you use that to your advantage during this government shutdown, even though you may not be able to leverage the entities like the CFPB or the FTC like you typically would be able to.